a bank, J.P. Morgan Chase, just got in trouble and had to pay.
Big troub.
Big troub. They got in troub.
Troub.
They got in troub.
Not just one troub, two troubs.
They got in double troub.
They might have got in triple troub.
You know what they said? You know what, JP? They got the lawsuit and they said, we're in double trouble. So JP Morgan Chase, which happens to be where I bank.
Where I bank too.
Where you bank as well. Which is funny that they said the Zelle that I was sending you, they said that it was a problem with your bank, which is hilarious because your bank is my bank. I mean, I'm getting very scared for our country.
You know, to be honest with you, I thought you just wanted to stop paying me.
Dog, can you believe what just happened? You heard it on the phone.
I was
He was here to see. We're starting to become a banana republic. Things are not running well. So I'm sitting there talking to them, and they go, the Zelle went through. It's a problem on their bank. And I was like, what are the chances on the same day it's a problem with two different people's banks? And now I come to find out that they're saying it was a problem with your bank. And I want to call them back and be like, can you explain that to me again? And have them say it's a problem with his bank. And I go, you mean us? It's the same bank. But that's what they were telling me, dog.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's getting a little scary out there. It's getting people, the quality of things is starting to come down. Standards for things are starting to come down.
And no accountability.
No accountability, because I think society is starting to, too much mom love. It's my special. It's too much empathy. We're going like, we want, it's that French thing, egalitarian. You're like, we don't want someone to be better because that's oppression. It's like, so it's like, it's all about same. We want everyone to be equal. It's like, that doesn't end good because people aren't equal.
And then you would just end up with a schizophrenic bank.
Yeah, you just don't want that. So J.P. Morgan Chase, who fucked up our Zelle payment, apparently also looked the other way, and often banks do look the other way when they have a
high-paying client.
High-paying client who happens to be a sex trafficker of children. Bringing a lot of money into your institution that you can loan out to other people. It's a valuable account. It turns out they kind of knew. Turns out they suspected.
Ooh.
And they got sued. I don't know about this sue thing. What is this sue? Like how? Because here's the thing. I don't want to sound like an asshole, Jesse Scaturo, Jared Harvin. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but let me tell you something. I don't know how this is not going to sound like I'm an asshole.
Get it out.
But if you're going to tell me I'm eventually going to win $75 million, if someone's going to do something bad to me, if I can have foreknowledge of that, I think I can look the other way. I think I can be a willing participant as much as I can.
Yeah.
I think I can put my imagination someplace else.
Just get a foreshadow of your future.
I think I can play the long game if someone's raping me in the present. I think I can play the long game. I think I can look at it as a job I don't like. I mean, is that wrong?
No, it's just mind over matter.
Is it wrong? If somebody said to you, Jared Harvin, you're a 12-year-old fatty boom batty, but you know who likes fatty boom batties? Jeffrey Epstein. Here's the deal. You're going to be sex trafficked for a year and a half, too, maybe 2.5. But when it's all said and done, J.P. Morgan Chase, who was facilitating some of the payouts to you from Jeffrey Morgan, because you'd be getting paid. I think he paid them too, right? Like $100. He like threw them. I think Jeffrey Epstein paid them like an opener. He's like, here's 100,
Yeah.
here's 200, here's 300.
You want a burger, some fries?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Meals on me. I think he gave him a couple dollars, and I think he used this account to pay some of them, one of which he called his Yugoslavian sex child.
Which in Yugoslavia is just called a child.
That's called my wife there, I think. I'm joking. So the joke was there. I took it. Yugoslavia is a great place, law and order. There's no problems there. Yeah. And it doesn't exist anymore, but the former Yugoslavia is great. Hey, listen, that's
I
where...
think a place that has the word slave in its name.
Slavic, yeah. Jokic is from this former Yugoslavia, so that's good. So is Djokovic. Those guys are champions. That's good. So this place has no problems. It's perfect.
Well, one of them's the champion. The other one's unvaccinated.
I mean, you know, where people say we're the most lawful, organized places, they usually always go Serbia. They always go Serbia. Anyway, so that's what it was, right, Jess? So if someone says to you, Jared Harvin, you know, but at the end, J.P. Morgan Chase we'll be paying you in a civil suit $20 million. We don't even, it's 75. We don't even go 75. I think you can go to therapy and do a little EDMR therapy and handle that post-traumatic stress
I'm
disorder.
going to my therapist, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to my real estate agent right after.
Yeah, called cognitive dissonance. Jesse, you couldn't do any little cognitive dissonance? You couldn't black out and go someplace else while Jeffrey Epstein was having his way with your penis? Because I just be thinking about dollar signs.
Jesse will be going, my dick is just a brush. He's just
a
using it as
brush. He's painting.
Yep.
It's his canvas.
Yep.
Could you go someplace else?
Yeah, what dick?
Exactly.
Yeah.
One more time.
What dick?
He'd be like, I don't know what
he
happened.
said wet dick. I was like, what, you into this?
No,
What?
no. What dick?
Oh, okay.
My dick doesn't even exist. It's just
Guess
a
what? I'll
fantasy.
say wet dick. I'll get into it.
You get a wet dick.
Dude, if I'm getting
Well, it's easier for you because you can see yours.
well, it's easy. Yeah. Now I can. There's a time where I can't. When I get to 225, my dick disappears below the horizon.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my dick's like the setting sun.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I don't understand this stuff. Like the civil payouts, like what? A crime happened. So you're going to get money now?
People want justice.
And how do you determine what the amount is? Like did she have she had $75 million in therapy fees? That's an expensive
Did he
therapist.
take 75 pumps?
Yeah, I mean, how do you calculate that?
the bank is like, what's it going to take for this to go away?
That's pretty much what it is, right?
How can we get this out of the news?
But they don't. But it's still not out of the news. Like, can they get it out of the news? Yeah, it
'cause
just stopped. Like
yeah.
once it's done. Yeah. So it's really a payout to like,
Shut this.
just get it out.
Yeah.
Like Cosby was like, just here, take it. A couple other comedians, just take the money, take the money, just keep it out of the paper. Solved. Here's a gag order. You can't talk about it. Take it. I've sold my house. Here's your money. Just shut up.
Here's a gag order to say that by the time I gagged you.
Yeah, it's all hush money.
Exactly.
I mean, criminality is kind of it's the same anatomy. Criminals and both sides of the law kind of do the same thing a little bit, right? What's the difference? What's the difference between cops and robbers? What's the difference? You're a good person to ask because you got cops
My family.
in your family. What's the difference between cops and robbers? They need each other. Is that what it is? Is the difference that it's a symbiotic relationship like the Joker and Batman? I just wouldn't know what to do with myself. You're just too much fun.
Both of them are selfish. One of them is selfish for themselves. The others are selfish for their overall society.
I guess, yeah, and I guess the difference is there's something in the cop that goes like this, the prince, this is wrong, or something like that. And the robber just goes, what's wrong? It's all wrong. And they're both, is anyone wrong or right about that? He goes, what's wrong? Right? Because the robber goes, what's wrong? It's all wrong. Kid gets cancer. It's all chaos. It's all wrong.
Because usually the robbers have been the one who've been scorned by the system that they believed in at one time.
Right.
So they basically they both started off as cops. Then the criminal got wronged and became a criminal.
It's like that great line from the movie with the horses.
Seabiscuit?
No, not that one. They were
Aaron Brockovich?
No, not Aaron Brockovich. Horses, right? She's got a horse face. Doc from Doc Hollywood.
Oh yeah, Hollywood or Holiday?
Holiday.
There
Doc
you go,
Holiday.
There you go. With the,
I think Doc Holiday. I think Doc
Doc
Hollywood
Hollywood's
is.
a Chinese food spot on 9th Avenue.
That's a Chinese food, or it's a drag queen that reads to my daughter. Be a great drag queen name. Doc Hollywood. Hey, cats. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4. Skin-a-ma-rink to dink to dink, skin-a-ma-rink to do. I love you. Remember his line? He goes, some people want revenge for being born. It's a good one. Some people want revenge for being born. So they have so much hate. All they've experienced is fucking negative. They've been abused and stuff like that.
They need payback. Yeah.
They need payback. They want revenge for being born. Like, why did you bring me here if you were going to treat me like this, mommy and daddy? Why did you do that?
And that's usually
No, seriously, I'm talking to you, mom and dad. Why did you do that? And I did the opposite. Some people do the opposite, right? You either go Batman or you go Joker. Some people go, I'm going to get revenge. Other people go, I am going to make other people feel good.
Be what you want to see in the world.
Be what you didn't have. And that's what it is. And that's all the banks do. You didn't have the money, they provide it to you. They are the change that they want to see in the world. They want to end poverty. So basically, if you're saying the banks are evil and they're bad, you're basically indicting them for believing, for dreaming.
And that's what the American dream is about in the first place. So
Yeah.
how dare you go against your country? How dare you defy your Uncle Sam?
It's a cynical thing. It's you don't believe in dreams. You don't believe in J.P. Morgan Chase's dream for you.